What's up? What's up? What's up? Welcome back to the live stream, everybody's favorite sour hour, with your host, Scott Lalime, spelt Lalime. You know what we do? We usually do this on every Thursday, but this week I decided to squeeze in TauOn for a last-minute interview on their release on Sloth Acid. I'm going live with TauOn right now. Says I'm connecting. Hey!
Yo! What's up, Scott?
How's it going, guys? Hold on. Sometimes it takes like just a second to fully connect. There we go.
Okay, sick.
Wait, hello.
How's it going, guys?
Good. We got Scott on. Scott's here. I love
Scott
it.
1 and Scott 2.
I don't know. I mean, yeah, Tweedledee.
Scott 1, Scott 2. Yeah, exactly. All right, well, welcome to the live stream, everybody's favorite sour hour. I'm your host, Scott Lalime. It's spelt Lalime.
Hey, Aaron.
What we like to do here is we like to talk music, nonsense, and we like to answer questions from the friends in the comments. How I like to get it started is just get a background knowledge on your guys' selves. So if you guys want to just go one by one and just let us know how you guys started.
Go ahead.
I don't know.
Well,
How you guys started individually as musicians.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I know both of us have been like doing music since we were kids. Like I've played piano and sung and stuff my whole life. And wrote songs and things. But I studied theater in college, so I kind of veered away from it a little bit. And when you kind of got back home from school, we started doing music together. And
yeah.
I mean,
It just kind of naturally started to happen.
I mean, and I got into production because of Scott, because that was what he did, and then I learned how to do it, and we just
so kind of I have a similar story. I played guitar, I played piano, drum. I mean, she's a better pianist than I am by far.
I'm okay.
Anyway,
But I'm okay.
I'm like mediocre at like everything.
Yeah. Well, you guys both played piano. When did you guys first start doing that? Like what age?
I was like I was like 3 or 4 or 5.
Wow.
Like,
pretty young.
It's like all Armenian parents force their like little children to do how to be proper girl lessons, like
similar
piano, dance,
situation here as
but I can't dance.
As growing up Jewish, and I started playing piano at like 6.
And your dad's a musician.
And my dad was a musician. We're actually doing this interview in his office right now. He passed away last April.
Oh man, rest in peace.
I don't want to. We don't need to go down that route, but
he's got some cool guitars on the side of
he's got the coolest guitar collection. But
nice, dude.
But my piano teacher very early on realized that I was never ever gonna practice or learn any songs. So she was just like, all right, I'm gonna just teach him like how to like play chords and write music. So I actually started learning how to write music from an early age, and for my bar mitzvah, I put together a band, and that was the first time I did anything like that. And as things got into high school and electronic music got more popular, I started getting into DJing and producing music, and so it just kind of just spiraled from there, until I took a break from that a few years ago.
Business.
Tried to be like a
Yes, Scott has a degree in business.
A Korean business. Okay.
I do from BU. I tried to be like a normal citizen and get a real job, and then I realized that just wasn't gonna work, and so birth of TauOn.
You birthed TauOn, yeah. And you said that you've been DJing for a while, Scott. What year was it that you really started DJing?
I started like garage DJing probably back in like 2007, 2008. I mean, I was really into like the hardcore scene. I loved like heavy metal and like bands like Stick to Your Guns and I mean, Code and Camber isn't really like heavy metal, but like I was like into the scene thing. And then
182.
Yeah, I mean that was when I was like 10, bro. But yeah,
I wanted to play guitar because of Blink-182.
Also, the funniest thing is Tom DeLonge was right.
Yeah.
There's UFOs.
Yeah, you saw that video he posted? Yeah. He's like, I told you. Bro, Tom is my boy.
Oh, yeah. We were watching this video about the Greys, the aliens,
Exactly.
and now I'm scared. My cousin showed us, and now I'm like, oh, God.
Yeah, I'm more frightened of aliens than I am of ghosts. I'll say that for sure.
Yeah, I think he has his own show on the History Channel now where he like they like him and scientists they just research UFOs and like chase aliens and whatnot. Yeah, it's actually pretty crazy. But you said you got a degree in business, right? I think earlier I said Korean business because it cut off. I'm pretty sure I said, wait, you have a Korean business?
I have a No.
Degree
in
business. Nice. How long did it take you to get that?
4 years.
4 years.
It states that I know how to market things somehow. I don't know, maybe. But yeah. So I did that. And then actually, I was getting a master's in music at CalArts in not Los Angeles, Valencia. Santa Clarita when COVID hit, and so I took kind of a break from that, and so we just started trying to pump out tunes and get more music going.
Yeah, I went there too, but I studied theater, so.
Oh, nice, yeah.
Shout out to
we kind of both diverged from the musical paths during college, and then
came back toward it. Yeah,
came back towards it, and I mean, a degree in business, I mean, I feel like it's a little beneficial to the music world. I mean, you know what I mean? Because branding yourself is kind of like branding your own business in a way, you know what I mean? So
artists nowadays too, like we have so much more access to be like with the internet, with everything, you know, like all social media, like
Exactly. You are your own business pretty much. Like
no one's walking up to you these days like, here's $1 million, go make your album, we'll put it on vinyl.
At the grocery store or something, like, hey.
Yeah, you know.
You want to be
Charlize Theron having like a tantrum. You know the story of how Charlize Theron got discovered? She was having a tantrum because her check bounced at the bank, and an agent was like, "You're hot. I want to sign you."
Oh my gosh!
Not signed. So yeah, no. As an artist these days, you know, you got to kind of wade through the pool of everybody who's. I mean, first of all, there's so many people out there that are so super talented and super motivated and put out really good shit. You know, and actually that kind of leads me to another thing is we started teaming up with a friend's label called Modernity to put out music
shout out to Modernity.
Yeah, shout out to Modernity. Joseph Parrish, he bought me this shirt.
Yeah, shout out. My best friend Lance. You guys know Lance.
Of course.
He's releasing on that label as well.
Exactly. He's gonna be releasing next month. We're releasing Ace Everywhere on there in literally like 2 days. And we had a friend I made over, you know, internet friend during COVID in New York. We released in Polar, yeah. We so really you have to.
Hi, Sean.
So really, we have to. Oh yeah, we did a remix that we put out actually on Modernity of Sean.
Our good friend Holograph.
There we go, Holograph. There we go.
There you go.
Holograph.
And we, you know, so as an artist, you have to really like push through everybody while also supporting everybody at the time.
Not
and so
push, but like
it's like you
gather. You all have to gather together. And together you must push through.
Yeah, exactly.
It's all building each other up.
Marketing is you know, exactly. It does come in handy. You know, speaking of which, tomorrow we're actually going to be dropping our first line of merch on Sloth
That's
Acid.
tomorrow. Oh shit, that's tomorrow.
Hey, I'm gonna have to cop some of that for sure.
The white
Yay,
dad
thank
hat.
you. Thank you, Scott.
Yeah, of course. I love repping the gear for sure.
So yeah, so it's definitely super important to really establish your brand, and it took us a while to find that, because for a really long time we were trying to be like really serious about it, and like we're only going to post serious posts, and like we're going to be very serious, and like you know, like we're only going to put out albums, we're only going to like take this very seriously as musicians, and eventually, you know, it kind of turned into this difference where we were like, you know what, we're not actually those serious people. But like
just a little serious and brooding sometimes.
Yeah, just a little depressed sometimes. And so we can make whatever
like
we want. We can do whatever we want.
Yeah.
And but the whole point is, you know, like we're
to have fun, and like just, you know, especially right now, it's like
yeah, it's all drag. And I mean, Arizona just lifted all the regulations, and I myself am scared. I'm scared, dude. I see those videos and I'm like, dude, that looks unholy. You know what I mean? Like, it's bad. Places are flooded. You know what I mean? So
yeah. I mean, we're opening up slowly here in LA, and cases are continuing to go down, which is actually really nice in my opinion, which makes that there's, you know, light at the end of the tunnel.
It's still, I mean, you know, everything's still tough though.
And so we're trying to start doing some release parties for artists on our label. We're gonna try and start doing some like weekly stuff. Hopefully, maybe.
Who knows?
Well, I mean, I don't know. We never know if anything's gonna close down next week. We don't know. Like, nobody knows.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I agree with Lance here. Once I have my my vaccination, I'll be a little less scared to go out.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. With all these like these plague graves that have been going on, like I just gotta mention them. Like I'm not gonna deny that being outside or being in like an open air venue, you know, is probably just as safe as anywhere else. But
I agree with you.
Cramming a bunch to a warehouse right now just doesn't feel right. And
no, not at all. And especially just like closed areas that are small bars are like here in Arizona are flooding them out. That's just not cool, you know.
Yeah, and I feel like even
bad marketing. That's bad marketing.
Going right back to what we're saying, straight up bad marketing, like bad branding, bad business. I don't know, like
even with vaccines, I feel like too, like I feel like there's still gonna be a little bit of anxiety about like slowly entering society again.
Yeah,
like,
I mean, you know what I mean? Well, everyone's gonna be all like weird. I feel like they're all gonna be shy. Everyone's gonna be all shy.
Yeah.
Like, hey, I don't know how to talk to you anymore, but what's up?
I haven't seen you in 2 years. I haven't seen you in like 2 years, but like, what's up, bro?
Exactly. So before we get into our first Lime Time and answer some questions from the comments here, I just want to touch back real quick. Where did you guys say originally you two are from?
Los Angeles.
Los Angeles. Both of you are from LA? Okay, nice.
My family immigrated to the United States in the 80s, so I'm first generation.
Nice. That's actually very impressive.
Being American, right?
Yeah.
And my mother is a first generation. Her parents were Holocaust survivors, and so I'm not first generation, but both from LA.
But yeah, we're both from LA.
And
both from LA, nice. And when did like what kind of music were you guys listening to before house, before electronic?
Tornadoes. I love you. Please marry me.
You, Scott?
I was really into the rock and roll scene.
Yeah, me too. Rock and roll.
I was really.
I mean, the blues. You didn't like Led Zeppelin.
I did like Led Zeppelin, but like
really?
I was like, you know, I was more into like the.
Okay, well, I was way more into like Led Zeppelin.
Yeah, I was into a lot of like screamo, but also I loved like the whiny voices behind, like that would come after the screamo, like Pierce the Veil. Like I listened to Bring Me to the Horizon as a kid. I listened to like a bunch of those like a little whinier ones, but it's cool. I mean, I don't think that anybody should be afraid of the music they listen to. So, what's up?
And also a lot of just generally songwriter people, sad.
Sad girl music, Regina Spektor.
Yeah, sad boy music. I was like really into that.
I'm not the biggest fan necessarily, but I do like her music. I just,
Fair enough.
love Tori most.
Fair enough. Yeah. All right, well, let's slap into our first Lime Time. Let's answer some questions from the friends in the comments. I already see 2 in the box. Everybody who's joined the live stream tonight, I want to let you know, if you have a question for TauOn or myself, go ahead and slap it in that little question box down at the bottom, and I'll be able to see them a lot better. Lance here wants to know, how did you get involved with Slop Acid? That is actually a question I have. He's going to be doing this to me a lot tonight.
Okay, so, all right, so I went to middle school and I was in a band with my really close friend of mine named Kerry Singer. You should check him out. He makes some really great music. He's also in a band called Tropico Gothico, which is, they make some dope stuff.
With Charlie.
Yeah, with Charlie, another good friend of mine, Charlie. Kerry grew up with like his really close friend Joe,
who's also our friend too.
Hi,
Joe.
Our friend Joe.
If you're watching
Yeah,
this, you're probably.
but so Joe went to school, I guess, with Justin J.
Oh, nice.
Tour, and he was doing the videography for that, and so he met Sasha in Europe, and Sasha was talking about moving to and so Joe was like, okay, yeah, come live with me. Just come live with me. and moved to LA just to live with Joe. And living with Joe and do the music thing here because he just got Dirty Bird and all that had was like everything was just starting to blow up and it was perfect timing. And so I met him through my buddy Joe and
At a party?
No, I just went over to his house and we were just hanging out. And then I had a studio at the time that I was sharing with a friend of mine named Daniel.
Also Charlie.
And Charlie. That was at the Big Art Factory, which was one of those big warehouse spaces that got bulldozed after.
And what year was this? What year was this all?
Jesus.
Lance is guessing 2012. I just want to see if he's around the ballpark.
No, 2016.
Probably
2016, 2017.
Probably 2016. Probably 2016.
2016.
Yeah.
That's when I.
Yeah. So and then so Sasha needed a place to put his studio, and we were just like, yeah, come bring your studio here. And so I would actually, and it was 5 minutes from my work, so I would finish work, and every day after work I would just go over to the studio and he'd be there pretty much.
And then you guys try to get a different studio. Right?
Well, I don't want to go into that nightmare because that all fell to pieces. But yeah, so,
it's all good.
So tried a lot of things, but that's how we got introduced to Sasha. And then for a million years we were all saying we should start a record label. And then he did start his record label. Took it on tour back I think 2018 for his original EP. That we were on with Forget Tomorrow, and he's just like one of the nicest dudes and one of my like closest friends. He's family, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's it.
A little sub question I have for that question. What kind of connections were you making before you met Sasha that kind of got you to that point, and what kind of connections did you make after that?
We were our friend Daniel, with whom Scott had.
Okay, so I'll tell the story too because this is also my story. So
because you met him on.
Because I was in a group called Birchmont in Boston, and we were playing shows, a lot of shows in Boston. But when I came back to LA, all those connections were like, bye, and we kind of stopped making music, and I got a real job. But so we were going to Lightning in a Bottle for
oh yeah, my birthday happened to be around the same time.
And our friend had an art car that was playing there called the Fun Machine. He was holding
Fun Machine. Yeah, I put that in my write-up.
And so I made a Reddit audition for this thing, and
then he liked it, and then
he was like, "You're the only." He's like, "You're the only one who was actually like worth watching." So and
then we met him.
And then we became friends. And and he's also one of the nicest guys ever.
And a good musician.
Great musician. Ancient Lasers. And so yeah, so
through
Daniel, we were able to get that studio space and start getting back into that like the lightning in the bottle, Burning Man kind of crowd and do lab and all that. And so that's kind of how that started. And then when you hang out with Sasha Robati, you can just be in a back alley and suddenly a deal will be struck where suddenly it's some guy that you've never met in your life, but Sasha knows him, and he's
awesome,
super famous guy, and so that be like walking down the hallway in the studio and be like, oh, I know this guy, and he's really successful in the UK, and I'll be like, oh, I'm okay, cool. So that was kind of the cool part about having our studio in the warehouse, and being around all of these creative people there before it was torn down.
Yeah. Well, rest in peace to the torn down warehouse, man. Lance here also wants to know, why is Tori Amos the best musical artist of all time?
Yeah, scooch in. You might as well explain.
I don't know. She just is. It's just a feeling. I just love her so much. I could literally cry. I'm such a freak. I'm like a Tori freak cult fan. Wow. I hope she never sees this one day when we meet, because I swear we'll meet as musicians.
Oh my God. I swear we're gonna meet.
Funny, like I just oh yeah, she does play two pianos at the same time. She's so cool. And Scott was just whispering she plays two pianos. I don't know. I guess like there's just something about her compositions this is so cheesy, like speaks to my soul, or just her as an artist that no other artist. I feel like her essence is so dreamy and amazing and brilliant, and like she's so like weird and quirky and cool and just herself, and I feel like I just can relate to that in her. Yeah, I don't know, I just love her.
What kind of music does she make? I've never heard of her.
She was really popular in the 90s. So she does she plays the piano. She's an incredible pianist. Like her and the piano, and then she evolved with like different types of.
She has stuff that sounds like kind of like Tool, stuff that sounds like Nine Inch Nails.
She sounds like
that's tight.
Everything.
Yeah, she's got a really diverse.
She's an incredible.
Incredible, yes.
Yeah.
She is. I definitely will give her the credit of being one of the most talented pianists and composers that I've heard.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, I'll have to check her out, honestly.
No means, but I will give.
And she's pretty and stuff, and cool and feminist. I feel like I growing up like in like an Armenian household, it was very like there's a very patriarchal like culture, and I feel like I really related to kind of like the feminist cry in her music too. I think that was also a big part of it, and she like inspired me to kind of like find my voice a little bit in that, and learn to have footing a little bit slowly in the world. That too.
So just an overall big inspiration, pretty much. Here we go. Jolo Graf wants to know, would you say there is a noticeable progression between your projects? Damn, that's a question I got.
Hey Sean, that is a good question. I knew you'd come in here with the philosophical shit.
Yeah, probably. It's funny. We were actually listening to our first EP that we had. We were on a road trip, and we were listening to it in the car, and we're like analyzing it. We're like, wait, in this part, we could have like added more percussion, or like here, like we should have like something else. Blah blah
too
blah.
Much reverb, etc. So definitely,
yeah,
absolutely,
100%.
Every I try and make every project. I try and make everything I do a learning experience. Yeah. But but
everything you do, learning.
I mean, everything. I mean, you should be learning all the
Everything
time.
is a learning experience,
Right. You should be.
I
So whenever we're working, you know, I'm learning something new. I'm trying something new. I just got the TD3.
Oh, as a
birthday gift from my friend.
It's really cool.
My friend Justin, Speedy Boy, who also is an
Speedy
incredible
Boy.
producer. And you know, I'm just messing around with that right now, and that's adding new textures, new elements, and I'm not sure exactly all of the features of it yet. So every time I use it, I learn something new, and so like we're just like every time we work on something.
And I feel like, yeah, as you know, we just learn more information and learn stuff. Things get better.
Yeah.
Learn more.
I feel like that's with everything. You know what I mean? You just kind of have to keep doing it.
It's like playing Halo, you know. It's like playing a video game when you're producing music. You know, the more you play, the more you play, the better you get at getting headshots. Yeah, you know, you get.
Yeah, you're good at headshots.
And your KD just goes up higher and higher and higher.
Yeah.
But I have a conclusion question that actually slaps us right into some questions I have for you. Let's talk about the new release, Mechanical Heart. How do you guys think that this release kind of compares to older releases on Sloth Acid, and where's the difference between it?
I can answer this one. I want to answer this one.
You guys can both like, you can answer and then she can tell her opinion. Like,
for us, this is more us by all means. Like,
are closer to
we're
what you will see later on.
Yeah. So we're
things to come.
We're trying to we're pushing into kind of some new territories with our music that we want to kind of go to, especially with we keep talking about this future album, but you know, when we get there, we're trying to push some boundaries. We're trying to do some different stuff. We're trying to make music that can take techno and can take like something that is not necessarily like pop music and make it like catchy, make it cool, like make it something that, like, you know, because there's, you know, there's so much out there that is just all the same, and we're just
taking dance music to the next level.
That's egotistical as fuck to say, but this definitely I think I relate to this EP more than I do to our previous EP.
Yeah.
And we have more coming this year that you'll see, and it might just get weirder.
It might get weirder and weirder, man. The vocal on Mechanical Heart, man. Like, when Lance started playing that, I was like, dude, what track is this? Because this is so fire. Like, this vocal is insane. It's like, at first when you hear it, it's almost like scary, and then you're like, it's like scary in a good way. You know what I mean? Like I think the word I used in the write-up was actually coquettish. It's like it's like scary and also seductive at the same time. You know what I mean?
It's funny because initially that song we had.
Well, we had an original version of it, which was actually pretty terrible. But it
was really bad. But we lost the project file,
so we remade a different beat. Same lyrics, and
for Mechanical Heart,
Heart, and that was fun.
Yeah, because we were putting in we're like, let's put like drill sounds in it and like real hospital
like machine sounds,
machines.
But I also want to shout out to working with Jeff and TJ. Because the space between would not have been anything if it wasn't for him coming in, and
that's what I was gonna get into next too. But thanks for diving right in.
Wow, Scott, you took the other Scott's question.
I think it's just the Scott telepathy, you know.
It is, bro. Our Scott senses are tingling.
So basically.
The two Scots.
So basically, I sent him what was bare bones of a track, and during COVID, because the very beginning
that we worked on,
that we had just started, and those are actually Anais's vocals, by the way.
Yeah, actually, you wouldn't know.
And this is something, project I think. You
started
the project. She brought this project to me, and I kind of just like laid it out a little bit, and I was like, I actually don't know what the fuck to do with this. So I was like, I have a thing here. can I just like send you the project file and like see if it vibes with you? And he's like, yeah, absolutely. So I send him the project file, and then he sends me back the space between,
which was awesome, and like this really cool synth line, and like,
oh, I'm glad Petey Boy's taking a dump right now. That's sick.
That's the luxury about this show, is that you can watch it anywhere you are. You know what I mean?
Poop or a bad poop? How's your poop?
Is it coming out nice, or are you straining, brother?
Accidentally bleed in your it's what?
But yeah, I was gonna say both tracks on it, man, are super fire. If you want to just keep expanding on like the collaboration between you and JTJ, that'd be great.
Yeah, so Jeff is probably one of the you know, he's a connection I made through through Anonymous Studios, and he is probably one of the sweetest, like, kindest people.
Yeah, Jeff, you're the nicest person ever.
And he is so passionate about what he does.
Yeah.
That he's making beats in his car at work during lunch.
Yeah.
Like, this guy is so freaking passionate that it's crazy. And so I knew that if he got his hands on this, and he was in it, and he liked it, Jeff would be able to basically finish up this thing that Anais had started, and
you continued.
Yeah, I continued.
And we did not know what to do.
But you know, like sometimes when you get lost, you need,
and that happens with everybody. It happens with everybody.
It's a collaborative thing for sure, yeah.
Exactly.
With anything, I mean, filmmaking, music making, art, visual art making, I feel like all art making, animation, like I'm just mentioning all arts.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, something in the presidential suite?
Oh, shit!
All right, that's pretty sick, honestly. In Cabo, too. I've never been to Cabo. That's amazing.
I'm gonna poop there too, but it's got nice toilet paper.
But so yeah, so that was a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun hearing your song go off and come back and being a completely different song.
Yeah, and it being like,
whoa, this is awesome.
like really cool and awesome.
Yeah,
like he found the space between.
But there we go. But it is still kind of sad that we haven't really been able to get into the studio with a lot of our peers and our friends because of COVID.
Or just generally, I feel like in the same way. I mean, we have a home studio and stuff, but like, I guess there's just been a lot, I mean, I don't know, life and stuff, but we've been making stuff too also. So I don't know.
We have a lot of stuff. We have a lot of stuff coming out. But,
yeah.
But we'll
I'm just thinking about recording.
Yeah. I usually save like a 5-minute period to promote on everything anyways at the end. So you guys are good. Between the two tracks, as a whole EP, where do you think the main inspiration behind it came, and why do you think you really made it want to sound so weird, dark, and wonky?
So TauOn,
you like sci-fi and weird and dark and wonky. I think we're just weird, dark, and wonky.
The TauOn neutrino is is a particle. Small. It's the size of a photon. And TauOn, photon, muon. These are all particles.
Sorry.
And the TauOn neutrino was actually the first particle to ever travel faster than the speed of light in the Hadron Collider. So we were
thinking about band names. This is where
yeah. So we were thinking about band names. And
we also like the sound of the word.
We also like the sound of the word. The 0 comes from the fact that the URL was actually literally like $5,000 to buy TauOn.com. So we were just like, put a 0.
Yeah, and then we can.
And then it was
just
$15.
And then it's yours. Yeah.
So that's where the 0 comes from.
Zerp.
Yeah, zerp.
Things still the zerp.
So
love the zerp.
but
oh, holograph, because you're weird and quirky was gonna say, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so we like to try and.
We love science fiction and fantasy a lot, and anime.
Yeah.
You guys said you've been watching this new show lately. What's that show? I forgot the name of it.
Outlander.
Oh,
Outlander. That's what it is. Outlander. Yeah.
Oh,
anime.
Oh, that's not an anime.
But we just
but,
finished
yeah,
up. We just finished up ReZero, and that was real. That's anime. And that was fucking. That
yeah,
was
it was
great.
awesome.
That
We
was
also
great.
have watched Outlander like 3 times already.
It's basically Game of Thrones, but on stars.
But
so
a
it's
love
like
story.
it's really goofy. It's
Wait, Sam Hugan.
yes. If Sam Hugan is around and hears this ever,
Can we be friends?
yeah.
So shout out, just real quick, shout out JTJ, shout out Jeff, of course, for throwing down on that project with you guys. Before we get into the next live time, I want to make that apparent here on the live stream. Big shout out to him. He really did throw down on that track. I didn't know that he really pretty much went half and half with you guys the whole way. You know what I mean?
Collaborative effort.
Definitely.
Yeah.
It's not a feature. It's
No,
it's
an and.
it's and JTJ.
It's featuring. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Line that goes the whole time through down to down to down 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 down. That was all him. You know, it started out a little bit more like my heart is Mechanical Heart. It started out the original track was a little bit more like Mechanical Heart.
But also we added that 100,000.
Oh yeah, we did. But so it started out a little bit more like Mechanical Heart, with just like a deep, like rumbling bass line and like the space between reality.
Yeah.
And
it's okay. I used some puns for that in the write-up myself too.
Tech housey like bass line and like a bunch of other like couple synth lines.
Bleeps and bloops.
And I mean the screeches are us. I claim
the screeches.
all the angry
screeches.
and things.
Those are ours.
I like to make angry, like abrasive sounds, and that's like my favorite thing to do is just make super abrasive sounding.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that was he really made the song what it is. It wouldn't be
awesome without.
For sure. And one last question before we slap into the lime time. How long did it take from start to finish the EP?
If you count the shitty project file that we lost, but let's not
count that. No, it was probably somewhere around
last year, right?
Somewhere around like December, maybe.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Not too long, almost like 4 or 5 months.
October, because we started talking about releasing it sometime in December. We started talking about what the plan would be for Sloth Acid for the coming year, and that was kind of when we started talking about the editing up the tracks, getting them mastered.
By Riley.
Riley Knapp, best mastering engineer you'll ever know, you'll ever meet. Nicest guy. RKCB. They're way more famous than us, and
said they're way more famous than us.
Also a mastering engineer, and he is the fucking bomb. So, but yeah, it was just a few months, but for the tracks themselves, to be that like
I think the process, like the post production, I don't know. I'm talking like filming, which
like the editing
like
down the track, because Mechanical Heart started out as like an 8-minute long, just like techno roller,
and like it got edited down with notes from Sasha
and just
Jeff
people around
and suggestions, and then it just became, and then one day it just became what it was,
and
kind of before the release, almost a little bit before,
not
the release, but the time before the release that was not the release.
I don't remember exactly, but yes, something along those lines. There was a lot of editing that went into it, but the songs themselves, when as a producer, when you're working, a lot of the times you just kind of it's just like throwing words on paper, or just like paint on canvas, and then a lot of the time it's like, if I just spilled all this paint on this canvas, now I have like make it look like a person. So
I feel you. Yeah.
So there was not a huge amount of time between this EP and the last EP.
There's no space between.
There is no space. You can use that for so much stuff, dude. I was even talking about it, and I was like, damn, I was using it without even realizing. I was like, oh shit. You know what I mean? Like,
the refrigerator and the wall. I was saying microwave, but yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty great. It's honestly a wonderful name. But anyways, let's wrap that up. Let's for the talk about the release. We're gonna slap into the next line time. We're gonna answer some questions from the friends in the comments, and then after that, I think we'll be on the last like 10 minutes, and we'll promo anything you guys have coming for yourselves. Okay? Alrighty, let's hear. Brujita Blanca Haley, my girlfriend, wants to know: coffee or tea? Tea all day. They say.
I love tea so much.
Yeah, coffee gives me.
That was a great question.
Unless I'm really
unless I'm really tired. Oh yeah,
then
yeah,
coffee.
yeah.
But otherwise,
tea,
I'll have
tea,
like
green
full-on panic
tea,
attack by
white
just
tea,
black
chamomile
coffee.
tea, lavender chamomile tea, lavender chamomile tea, and also lavender green tea is really good. Oh, and then there's this tea that we drink, ginger peach.
Yeah.
Haley's a big matcha fan, so she's like
I love that too. I love that
yeah,
too.
she's like super into it.
It's really cool.
What's up?
Good antioxidants. Am I just pretending and making that up? That it has antioxidants.
What? No, matcha is really healthy. Apparently, it has antioxidants.
Okay.
It's good for your heart. It
Makes
increases
you
blood
live
flow.
longer
It makes
or
you live
something?
longer.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's. You should, I mean, and it's ceremonial.
Wow.
We
I did not know any of that.
Yeah, we went to Japan. We did it
The matcha
ceremony, and I learned all about it for like.
It's really like whisking it is a serious art. Like
Yeah.
Really?
That's probably. I mean,
I just use more
better.
force.
Yeah.
The wrist work. It's all in the wrist work.
Hard to whisk it, so it's usually a little bit grainy. I don't know, not grainy, but like.
Well, I mean, I mean, you have to
good to get
the amount of matcha you put in just
Yeah.
right. You have to like know how to whisk it just right.
Oh, and then
like,
you
if
have to like turn the cup right.
Obviously, we're not like shoguns,
Don't-
like tea servants. So like we don't like we're not gonna insult anybody by making crappy matcha at
No.
home. But like
Yeah.
and if you like serve someone grainy matcha or it wasn't frothy enough or like something like that, it would be like the gravest insult, and you
Really?
dishonored my
Back in the
It's like mispouring a beer.
rotate
you have to rotate.
and like
it.
all this stuff. But we're
But
just
I think it has like some
Yeah.
spiritual meaning.
yeah
I
exactly
don't know. I
yeah.
don't
So there's
remember.
all this ritual behind matcha.
But yeah, matcha's awesome and it tastes really good.
And over here we're just like, all right, let's just like chuck it in with some almond milk.
Oh
and, like,
yeah,
be healthy.
the American.
Yeah, let's just put some cream, almond milk, whatever in there, like
Sugar.
sugar all day.
And it's
While I actually have her question pulled up, I just want to give a special happy birthday to Haley. It's actually her birthday today. So
Alright, is this a happy birthday?
Happy birthday to you. Happy
birthday to you,
Happy birthday,
dear Haley.
Happy birthday
To you. Yeah, there we go. Hey.
Channel 10 and the Big Fat Lady on channel 80 and channel 9 because that's what they would.
Alexander's, my roommate, actually wants to know, what's your favorite compressor to utilize?
okay, so
That's
hate
a funny question to
I
ask.
fucking
He
hate
hates
compressors.
them.
I think they're freaking. I mean, don't get me wrong. On vocals, throwing like some Teletronics on there, so like an LA2A, but that's not even a compressor really. That's just like it's really just a threshold. But I'm more of a fan of maximizers because really all you're really trying to do when you're compressing, when you're mixing, not mastering, because mastering is an entirely different process. But when you're mixing, you want everything to snap. You want all your transients to really be there. And when you put a compression on it, you're messing with your transients. So unless you're using compression in a way that's creative, I stray away from them exclusively for like side chaining instruments to the kick drum or doing something wacky to the tail end of a snare. But I do not like compressors. But if I had to pick, I'd pick anything from UAD. Waves compression is pretty good. But I mean, even the standard like Ableton compressor, glue compressor is fine.
Has some good
but
internal.
but honestly,
internally.
I have a thing. I have like a personal.
He hates compressors.
I think because if you're trying to glue everything in your track together, what a maximizer is doing is basically it's basically
maximizer. No.
I'm not going to dive in. I'm not going to dive into the science of a maximizer versus a compressor.
He just gets up a whiteboard. Yo, so this is how it works.
But basically what it's doing is it's keeping your transients and it's keeping those, you know, so it doesn't mess with the start and stop.
That's funny.
Yeah.
He knows that Scott was going to say
so it keeps your transients intact while it also glues everything together, makes it louder, which is the whole point of a compressor in the first place. Usually most people are trying to use a compressor to make things louder or quieter, so that it's all in the same spot. But if you're using a compressor, transients, don't use them unless you want to mess with the transients. And that's a creative decision you can make. But no, I don't have a preference of a compressor because they all suck.
Well, you heard it from himself. No compressors on this team. Let's see here. Let's see if I got any more questions in the box. I don't see any more right now. Lance said, honestly, he's right. Lance is agreeing with you. So, Lance, how about we just dive into the promotion side of the last 10 minutes, 2 minutes early? Let's say anything you guys have coming out release-wise, stream-wise, where we can see you play next, and just any updates on TauOn.
Okay, all right, so
Lance's EP's coming out.
Yeah, Lance Fairchild.
Exactly. That is the thing. We are teamed up with Modernity, with Joseph Parrish. We're running the EDM side of Modernity, and we are putting out music from some of our favorite people. So submit demos because we will release your music. And we have an EP coming out this summer that's gonna have E2K and JTJ on it on Modernity. JDJ remix on it of one of our tunes called Creepy Crawlies.
And we'll maybe film a creepy video.
I mean,
we'll see.
Yeah, I'm thinking maybe I'll like get in a box of cockroaches or something.
I just said that as a joke, and he's taking it seriously, and I would die if I was in a box of cockroaches. Imagine like you're trying to say words in a cockroach in your mouth. Imagine being anywhere with cockroaches. Okay, I'm gonna be quiet now.
But tomorrow,
that's me and spiders.
Tomorrow we're releasing our merch line.
Oh, our merch! Oh shit! Our merch!
So I want to announce this. So we have. I don't have it with me here physically.
His hat.
No, well, this hat, yes, this is.
And there's a black version too.
Exactly, it comes in 2 colors. It's called the mechanical hat.
Bro, take off the hat real quick again. Take it out. Dude, has anybody ever told you kind of look like Ryan Reynolds, like an old, like with just some gray touch, like touch of gray Ryan Reynolds?
All right,
better than Ben Affleck. He gets Ben Affleck.
Yeah, no, I.
Ben Affleck, that's who it is, dude. I was a little off. Ben Affleck.
Tobias Menzies, if anyone watches Outlander or
Game of Thrones,
he's also on The Crown.
Edmure.
Yeah, he's Edmure.
But
God, Tobias Menzies.
But anyways, buy the merch.
Here's where I want to say something that I'm gonna announce this here first.
Oh, what?
Is I don't have it with me on hand, but the heart, the literal heart from the video that we made. The reels that we have, this mechanical heart.
Kelsey, who's an amazing artist,
made this heart, and we're gonna run a contest to win the heart signed by ourselves and Sasha. For anyone who buys the merch and takes the coolest picture in the merch, gets to win this heart signed by Sasha Rabati and TauOn, and will come in a nice little fancy box, and it
will come shipped by.
Bro, Lance and I are gonna be competing for the dopest picture here, bro. I'm telling you. Lance and I literally take promo pics for each other sometimes, so it's about to go down. It's about to go down.
So that's what's coming up literally tomorrow, and then we're also working on some secret bangers. There's some tracks coming, maybe something with Niall Shepherd you might hear coming soon.
Who knows? Maybe, I don't know. I really don't know. Who knows? Honestly. Buy the merch! Buy the merch! Buy the merch!
Buy the merch! Buy the merch! Buy that merch!
my friend Gage from
Cal
Cal
Arts.
Arts. He's a really he's a talented musician, but he's also really talented
Graphic
not it's not
touch designer.
It's touch designer. So it's basically what it is it's programming art, which is really cool. And so I had him make me some designs that I wanted printed on a whole shirt.
Sublimation is the name.
Yeah, I didn't know anything about how this was
Scott
gonna
has said the word
happen.
sublimation a lot.
I don't know
so
how
I'm
this
just
is gonna
making fun
work.
of him.
I don't know how this is gonna work. I don't know what was gonna happen, but so I had him make this design, and then we had to figure out how to get it printed on a shirt. And I had another good friend of mine, TauOn, Chidiat, put it all together on a shirt, graphic design, put on a shirt,
TauOn.
and so basically this shirt, it might look like tie-dye, but it's actually
It's like
glitch art made by Gage Winthrop, who is one of my favorite besides my friend Kai, who I also met at Cal Arts, who did live visuals for us for a little bit for
your graduating performance.
Yeah,
I didn't attend school with you.
Yeah, it's true. Didn't attend.
Well, I
school
did
with me.
attend Cal Arts, but
Not with me.
not with you.
But
earlier
so
on.
there's this awesome glitch art, like visual, and it's in the music program too, which is what's super cool about it. It's visual design. It goes a little
took a
beyond.
class on it, but he
It
was
goes
not
a little
good at
over
it.
my head because
Sorry.
I'm not a
I
visual
admitted
person.
you were not good at it, but so did you.
I was okay at programming. I'm not. That's the reason.
I mean, I couldn't do it, so why would
I'm
I?
not, that's the reason I don't have a job as a programmer. So yeah, so I'm really excited about these shirts because I really love the art and that went them and the process that it make them and for us we really wanted to make it something fashionable
Because we like fashion.
and
I like fashion.
and there's a designer called Robert Grant. And I love his shirts. Check them out. They're just way too freaking expensive.
Yeah.
And so
Sometimes that's how it is, man. Honestly.
We're gonna sell it on Sloth Acid, and then we were like, what goes good with shirts? Obviously hats, and made the dad hats. His dad hats are really cool. And
Sort of like kind of.
It looks dope. It really does look dope. I'm agreeing with Lance down here. The shirt looks dope as well.
Thank you, Lance.
Thank you. Yeah. So we're really excited about that because this is our first merch, and well, I've been walking down the street wearing Sloth Acid merch before, and someone will be like, yeah, Slush Body, and it's a really good feeling to know that there's like family out there who like is aware and sees merch and all that. So it's like for me, it's also just like a way to connect out more, just
it goes back to marketing, what we talked about at the beginning of the stream.
Yeah,
But also,
I was learning to buy stuff. Give us money.
But also, yeah, I mean, everything is struggling right now. No guest lists for the foreseeable future.
Buy the tickets.
But what's really cool about the merch to me is that maybe I'll see someone like walking down the street wearing it, and it's someone I've never met before, and then I'll be able to be like, yo, you're wearing my shirt. Let's talk. Let's chat.
Yes.
I mean, because for us, it's not like, we're not. Approach us, talk to us. Come. Talk.
Be our friend. Seriously.
Yeah, we're
actually really awkward though.
We're super awkward.
Yeah, but like,
super nice. Super nice. I'm not gonna lie, I was a little nervous about the interview, but how short notice it was. But we made it happen. It went by like 10 minutes. I'm not even lying.
So much for squeezing us in.
Thank you so much
you
for making
squeezed us like a lime, and you're not even sour.
Oh, that was clever. 2 Scots just scotted.
Yeah. See, it goes back to marketing. All right. I think Lance has one more question before I get into a little promo for myself for the last 2 minutes. Is the Mechanical Heart video out? He wants to know.
So we're gonna put it up in Reels tomorrow. It's literally just a 1-minute stinger of both of those Reels.
Directed by Brian Hashimoto.
We went ham on that for marketing, and it's not a full video. So
it's like
you can watch.
Cool. I got painted for 5 hours, which was pretty fun. Actually, a lot of fun because Amber, best makeup artist ever.
Amber Talarico, yeah.
Shout out Amber.
Shout out Amber. Amber, I love you, Amber. And Carissa,
and Speedy Boy, Justin helped us set up. Holograph helped us set up. Brian Hashimoto helped us set up. Tomorrow, Ocean of Florals.
Ocean of Florals.
Go if you ever need to order flowers.
Yeah, go to Ocean of Florals.
Ocean of Florals. It was we went in, but it's one because if you want to go listen to the song. Go listen to the song on a streaming platform.
Also, who has on Beatport? Attention span?
Go listen to that shit.
Long attention span to watch.
That's the other thing. Is no one wants to watch anything longer than 15 seconds these days. Like if I'm watching something and they're like, stick around till the end, I'm
like, fuck no, I'm not gonna keep watching.
I'm like, when does the guy fall off his chair? Like it's like guy epic fail sticked around till the end. I'm like. Come on already!
But if you buy our shirts, we'll make you a long video. I swear to God.
Actually,
hey. But
you can hold it.
Give us money, we'll make you more stuff.
Yeah, that's actually really awesome.
Hey, but you heard it. You heard it from them. The video should be dropping soon, right?
Hopefully.
Wait,
yes.
Yeah.
We'll put it out in the next week or so because we're gonna.
On TikTok.
Oh yeah, we're playing Space Taco on Tuesday.
Hey, Space Taco's fire for sure.
With JTJ, it's gonna be fucking lit.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
Hell yeah! All right, real quick. On Thursday, I myself on the live stream am bringing on Will Clark. It's gonna be super tight. It'll be at 12 p.m. our time. It's gonna be 7 p.m. UK time. Other than that. I got a freestyle hip hop mixtape dropping in 2 weeks. Stay tuned for that. Also,
I just
want to ask you one more question. If you guys had 2 words to describe your work ethic and the way you guys collaborate together, 2 words, because you guys said a whole lot tonight. What would those 2 words be?
Mishmash.
I don't.
What was that?
Mishmash is 1 word.
No, it's 2 words.
It has a
mishmash.
dash in it?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Experimental mishmash.
Pee pee poo poo.
Yeah, literally experimental mishmash.
Pee pee poo poo.
Experimental mishmash. There you go.
Rabbit hole, and if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't.
And then
all right, you guys heard it from TauOn themselves. Go catch them on what stream? My bad, I totally lost that. You guys are gonna be on Space Taco Tuesdays. That's right. Yeah. Go check out Space Taco Tuesday. Stay tuned for their music, and last but not least, buy their fucking merch.
Hey. And win the heart.
And win the signed heart by Sasha Labati and ourselves.
Capture the mechanical heart.
She touched it and she was naked, so.
Well, I did have things.
He's like, that just brings up the respect points about it like 10 times.
That I touched. That he touched too.
I mean, yeah.
And Sasha touched.
But no one cares about my
And
boobs.
everybody touched.
And everybody had their hands on that heart. So put your hands on it and go buy their merch. All right, guys. It's been a wonderful live stream. I'm going to log out.
Wait, that it's live stream and live stream. I didn't realize until right now that it's so clever. I think.
Hey, I sat out in my backyard for like 2 hours trying to come up with that. Hey, but thank you guys again so much for coming on. It's been a pleasure, honestly. That hour felt like 5 minutes. It always does.
Bye!
Bye, guys. Lime out.